Hey, sorry for the lateness of this video, but this is this week's, it's already Friday, but a lot of you have probably already read these if you're doing the 100 Great Essays Challenge, the next 3 essays, and I'll try to make sure I post next week's video right on Monday. The first one is Casa. It actually has a longer name than that. Let me look it up for you. Sorry. A Partial Remembrance of a Puerto Rican Childhood, written by Judith Ortiz Kofer. It's very narrative driven. She uses the word conclave, which is an interesting vocabulary. She uses a parentheses as an aside or a clarification. She uses italics for Spanish. She has some great lines in there, like he would one day be a rich man and she a sadder woman. And she uses zeugma, which is one of my favorite figurative language or literary devices. We shared a bed and all our family's secrets. There's some great narrative stuff in there, and it's a great one to compare and contrast with How to Tame a Wild Tongue, okay? Because we have another Hispanic woman that is, or Latin woman that is sharing some things about how she grew up and about culture. Question number 1 asks about her use of example, and question number 2 talks about her use of Spanish phrases. The next one is Uncertainty, which was written in 2003 by Casey Cole. He has a funny he loves me not line at the beginning. You'll see page 107 has lots of questions to stoke uncertainty. Question number 2 and 3 are both really awesome to get you thinking and to have you practice some of the skills from the AP test. Question number 1 is more like analysis. The whole thing is almost like a parable and has a heavy emphasis on some people, Bohr and Heisenberg, and a play that was written about them, so contextually it's hard, like you may not know what it's talking about, and that's, I guess, tough, but you can still pick up what Casey Cole's doing. The last one is Labyrinthine by Bernard Cooper, written in 1996, very much like a memoir talking about mazes. He has some great lines like, wafted behind me like an ostentatious cape. He compares his parents' wrinkles to mazes on page 111. He has a very melancholy line about how our synapses fire to recall our old friends. And a great final line that really explains his metaphor. It has to do with him liking mazes and creating mazes and how he relates that to his life. Question number 1 asks you what ultimately is the main idea or the message, and it's a really good one to consider because he doesn't necessarily state it straight out all the time. He just kind of shares this passion he has for mazes. So anyway, those are the 3 from this last week, and I'm very late in getting this video up. Casa, A Partial Remembrance of a Puerto Rican Childhood was written in 1990, Uncertainty in 2003, and Labyrinthine in 1996. And again, you have some different things going on. Although Casa and Labyrinthine are very memoir and narrative-like and driven that way, while Uncertainty is more like a parable. Okay, happy reading.